Hello there. Welcome to Nerd.World Films, and in today's episode we are exploring the life of Oswald Cobblepot, cruelly nicknamed the Penguin. Nemesis of the Dark Knight himself, politician, statesman, and adopted son of Gotham. By request, we are going to continue exploring the anti-heroes and villains of the Batman universe. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. The Penguin, born Oswald Cobblepot, was born to two of Gotham's wealthiest people. But to call these people his parents would be cruel. They judged him for his appearance, his deformities, things that an innocent child could not control. They judged him for how they felt that they too would be judged, and therefore abandoned him, hoping he would die in the icy river that they chucked him into in his basket, using their wealth and power to cover up what they had done. His parents went about living a wealthy and entitled life, while he was adopted by so-called circus freaks. These men and women would become the family he should have had, the parents that his parents should have been. They would raise him, until eventually he would choose to return to Gotham, learning of his origins. Batman judged him for his appearance, and believing that he already knew who his parents were before he had returned, he judged him that he would have murdered his own parents for abandoning him to take revenge upon them. Now, whether this was justifiable or not, you can decide. But there was no evidence to conclusively decide whether or not he did murder his parents. Certainly many of his actions were unethical and in poor judgment. But after all, he was a politician, and by what other standard do we judge them? Cobblepot ingratiated himself to the people of Gotham by both staging the abduction of a child and then seemingly recovering it, all while being in charge of the gangs that were terrorizing Gotham. He used this as leverage to try and gain more power. This was the only life he'd ever known. This is how he had been raised. Perhaps if his parents had not tried to murder him and disregarded him as trash, then perhaps he could have been raised at the same fraternities as Bruce Wayne, and the two of them could have grown up together, and he could have been a champion of the people, a magnate, a man of greatness, a man of wealth and importance. Instead, he had to eke out a living in the sewers, tending to his penguins. He would eventually fall in love with a beautiful Catwoman, but she too would spurn his advances, judging him for his appearance, only fueling his anger, eventually culminating in an insane plan to destroy the city after Batman exposed his true intentions. He would eventually die and be buried at sea by the penguins that he had loved so much. Was his life tragic? Yes. Were his actions justifiable? No. But were the actions that drove him to make these decisions worse than the actions he did? Who was truly responsible for the Penguin? His parents, who tried to murder him? Batman, who judged him? Society that spurned him? And the politicians that tried to use him? The businessmen that tried to exploit him? Who made the Penguin? Thank you for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end, please like, share, subscribe, and please check out my other channels that are linked in the description below, as well as other videos on this channel. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye. the Penguin, aka... No. The Penguin, also known as Oswald Jesus bloody Christ. He was known as Jesus bloody Christ, that's what he was known as.